Welcome back to TalkersOfGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more comic book reviews, and today we are going to be reviewing Superman #1 2023. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. It's the dawn of DC. Superman has returned to Metropolis, and his greatest enemy, Lex Luthor, is finally behind bars. The future of the Superman family has never been brighter. As Clark Kent settles back into his life, iconic and new enemies erupt from the shadows to strike down the Man of Steel. But waiting in the wings to back up Big Blue is Supercorp? What secret project has Lex given to Superman? A hero is only as good as their villains will be put to the test in this brand new, oversized #1 featuring comics greatest superhero by DC Comics. And I really did like this. I'm not going to delve too deep into the plot because I'm not going to enter spoiler territory. And I also have to be honest, I haven't been keeping up with DC or their recent arcs, especially the recent Crisis. So I'm not even sure if this takes place after Crisis or before, if this is the aftermath of that new Crisis. And I don't know what happened to Supes previously. So I'm going into this as a fresh new reader of Superman with Superman #1 as this new start. And I really enjoyed it. First thing I want to say is first I want to compliment the art style here. I love the art style here. I know I've been critical of certain DC art through the past couple of months, but here it looks like we're really getting back into form with the type of art style that I personally like, and I like the way that it looks. Metropolis never looks better. The action, the panels, the coloring, it really captures that Metropolis with that bright colors. Superman's even back in his original attire, with the red trunk, with the red underwear over the blue. So it looks like it's back to form here. And one thing I really did find interesting, and I hope this is not a spoiler, is that Superman has kind of a psychic link, or I should say Lex Luthor has a psychic link to Superman. So could you imagine your greatest nemesis is constantly in your head, knowing all your moves, knowing everything you're doing, and it made such an interesting dynamic, especially when he was in battle. You have like when in the opening here when Superman is facing Livewire, Lex Luthor is literally going, you should do this to immobilize her, or you know what, why don't you just kill her, like break one of her limbs, or she's weakness to water, why don't you just drown her, put her in the water and just let her depower, and then take care of her. So it made such an interesting dynamic, and obviously Soups has to try to drown the voice in his head, and it gets to the point where it's so bad that Soups has to just listen to music, something that he's been doing, which was revealed as a child. He listens to music or he has headphones on to kind of drown out the super hearing that he has. And that's one thing I really love about this one, is that they really focus on other powers of Superman. Superman has super hearing. I like how they're addressing how he deals with that mentally. Like, could you imagine always hearing certain things with this level of way that Superman is dealing with? I like the way they did that, the way they approached it. I like how they have Lois Lane as the head chief now, as Perry's on sabbatical at the moment. So that's also leading for Lois's arc to actually be running the Daily Planet, which I thought was pretty cool as well. And we get introduced to some new characters as well. Some of Superman's rogue gallery is popping up, and Lex is kind of preparing him for this big event, or this big. He keeps constantly teasing that there's something worse on the way, or something big on the way. So I'm really curious to see what that's going to be. Overall, I have to say that Superman #1 is a solid entry here. Has some great action. I like the dynamic that we're getting with the characterization of Superman. We get a little backstory with him and Clark. He is Clark. We get him a little backstory of Clark as a young man, in Smallville. I like how this Lex is a little bit way more conniving, way more menacing, just really using that mental power that Lex Luthor has. And the fact that he left him LexCorp and calls it Supercorp, which makes me believe that Lex has something up his sleeve. It's Lex Luthor, people. Of course he has something up his sleeve. So I'm really curious to see what we're going to do here with this. So I'm going to give Superman #1, I'm going to give this a read. I'll say pick this up, check it out, and tell me what you think about the story so far. Comment below. Let me know. If you like what we do here on the channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. And thank you if you're watching this from TalkersOfGeeks.com. Browse the website. It's Justin. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.